ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
A local faith community grieving tonight after the death of their pastor, allegedly shot and killed by his own wife. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Steve Atkinson. Our ABC 10 News reporter Jeff Lasky is at the church in the Rolando Park neighborhood with what the wife told investigators tonight.
People have been posting on the social media for the San Diego Reformed Presbyterian Church about their shock over the death of Noah Shepherd. He was killed just one day after his last sermon here. Monday evening, sheriff's deputies filled the 2500 block of Camino de las Palmas in Lemon Grove. Deputies say Gabriella Shepherd called 911 around 6 p.m., saying she had shot her husband. When deputies arrived, they found Noah in the backyard with a gunshot wound. First deputies, then medics tried to save him, but he was pronounced dead at the hospital. Deputies say Gabriella told them she thought Shepherd was an intruder trying to get in the house from the backyard, but investigators later came back and arrested her on suspicion of murder. The couple had 2 young children. We spoke with family members this evening. They asked for privacy during an obviously very difficult time. Gabriella Shepherd is at Las Colinas without bail. She's due to be in court for the first time Thursday. In Rolando Park, Jeff Lasky, ABC 10 News.
Tonight, 7 Democrats are coming together on the infrastructure bill focused on the future. The Budget Committee announced a deal tonight on a $3.5 trillion budget package. The proposal would expand health care, child care, and address climate change. This is in addition to the $600 billion bipartisan effort that focuses on infrastructure projects. In total, both plans would cost about $4.1 trillion. Democrats will need to come together and vote in favor of the bill to pass budget reconciliation.
As unrest continues in Cuba and Haiti, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security is warning people in both Caribbean nations not to come to the U.S. As our ABC 10 News reporter Laura Acevedo shows us, Cubans and Haitians both here and south of the border are keeping a close eye on what's happening abroad.
The warning came during a press conference today. DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas warning that if people attempt to migrate from these countries by sea, they will not be let into the U.S. This was the scene in Miami Tuesday as Cuban Americans took to the streets for the 3rd day in a row, asking the U.S. to support the demonstrators in Cuba. Here at home, similar protests over the last 2 days.
People are tired, people are tired. That's why people are on the street yelling, "Free Cuba, we need freedom."
People in Cuba are protesting against the communist government, poor economic conditions, and food and medicine shortages. Neighboring island Haiti also in turmoil after their president was assassinated last week. In Tijuana, a large number of Haitians and Cubans have settled in the city. Others are still hoping to seek refuge in the U.S. Jackson, who's lived in Tijuana for 2 years, says he's worried about his family in Haiti and watching closely what's happening in the Caribbean. But as protest and desperation grows, the U.S. with this message.
Allow me to be clear. If you take to the sea, you will not come to the United States.
The U.S. says it's reviewing its Cuba policy, but says they have no immediate decision or change on it. Another rally in support of a free Cuba is planned for Wednesday afternoon in Pacific Beach. Laura Acevedo, ABC 10 News.
San Diego's COVID case numbers continue to rise. The county reported 349 new cases today. That brings our total to nearly 285,000. One piece of good news, there were no new COVID deaths reported today, so that number stays at just under 3,800.
A group is now planning to take legal action over the new mask guidelines for California schools. California will require all students to mask indoors, but will leave enforcement up to the districts. ABC 10 News anchor Lindsay Pena shows how those rules are not sitting well with many.
When many kids went back to class in the spring, masks were mandatory. Since then, the CDC has said that fully vaccinated students and teachers can go maskless. But California has decided to keep its mandates in place.
Our lawyers are working to file as fast as I can. And I can tell you from talking to the many parents out there, it can't come soon enough.
Jonathan Zackerson, founder of Reopen California Schools, says his group has raised tens of thousands of dollars to file a suit against the state. They're also collecting signatures for an online petition.
Masks should be optional. That should be a mask choice for families and students.
San Diego Unified School Board President Richard Barrera thinks that could be problematic, though, and says the district will require all students to wear masks on campus.
We don't want to see bullying or harassment or division, between our students on our campuses.
And although the state initially said students who don't wear masks would be banned from coming onto campus, it now says enforcement will be up to the districts. It's still unclear exactly what will happen to kids who don't wear masks. Sweetwater Union High School District, which is set to start school next week, will require masks on campus. And Poway Unified says the new rules don't change its plan to return to class full-time 5 days a week, but that they will follow the most recent state guidelines when they come back in August. Lindsay Pena, ABC 10 News.
Members of Reopen California Schools say they plan to file their lawsuit against the state in the next few weeks.
San Diego restaurants are getting extra time to bring their outdoor dining parklets up to code. The city pushed back today's deadline to August the 2nd. By then, all of these parklets, they must remove their permanent rooftops and they can't block any red curbs. Violators will face fines up to $10,000 a day.
Johnson & Johnson as well as AstraZeneca are looking into whether modifying their COVID vaccines could reduce or eliminate the risk of blood clots. We are taking an in-depth look at the process. The Wall Street Journal reports that scientists are discovering clues into how clots form, increasing hopes that the shots could be re-engineered. It's too early to know if they can be or if it makes commercial sense to do so. Besides scientific challenges, there are also regulatory hurdles. Dr. Peter Chin Hong says that there are several ways that the shots could be reworked.
You can either mix up the ingredients in the recipe, or you can disentangle the actual vaccine itself.
The rare but serious blood clotting issue has been linked to both shots. The J&J shot was paused in April after several cases were found. The pause was lifted after the vaccine was deemed safe. The AstraZeneca vaccine is not authorized in the U.S., but it's widely used in other countries. And the chance of getting a serious condition from that shot is 1 to 2 per 100,000 vaccinations.
Everyone understands and recognizes that the risks of COVID far outweigh any of these very, very rare events that occur with clotting, both with J&J and with AstraZeneca. So it's interesting that they are pursuing this. Part of it might be optics, that they really want to help solve it. They have to investigate to see how big of a deal it is to try and modify it.
Both companies released statements supporting continued research. Yesterday, the FDA added another warning to the J&J shot, linking that vaccine to a rare autoimmune disorder.
More than 1,000 guns have been seized by the city of San Diego through gun violence restraining orders. Now, these orders, or the red flag laws, they have been a way for law enforcement to take guns from those considered a danger to themselves or others. The order needs a judge's approval and can last anywhere from 21 to 5 years. 21 days, that is, to 5 years. Nearly 500 orders were issued in San Diego County last year. That's almost 40% of all the gun violence restraining orders issued all across the state. California Attorney General Rob Bonta got a first-hand look at San Diego's approach today.
We always need to be looking at the system, seeing if it's working, how it can be improved, if there's unintended consequences, addressing those, if there's ways to strengthen it, doing that.
Right now, a bill is in front of state lawmakers to help close a loophole in the current law. It would allow law enforcement to seize firearms and any parts to make one.
A man is in the hospital tonight after hitting several cars and eventually crashing into a pole. CHP says the man hit several cars along Kempton Avenue in Spring Valley. Witnesses say he then drove into an intersection, hitting a gray sedan with one person inside. The SUV hit a traffic light. However, it hit the pole so hard The traffic light fell into the street. The driver of the sedan wasn't hurt, but the SUV driver was taken to the hospital after being cut out of the car by firefighters. It is suspected alcohol was involved.